of a convicted belief. However, if it is based erroneously, you are supposed to take that information in and change your decision.
Shauna, can you explain about Rule 29
Yes.
motion, that rule of acquittal, because the judge reserved his right?
He did, and this judge is brilliant. He is very smart, and he has reserved the right. So a Rule 29 motion is what we call a judgment of acquittal. What that means is if the jury comes back, because he's now waited this long, with a guilty verdict, and the judge identifies that this verdict is not supported by the evidence that has been propounded in this case, he can set aside the guilty verdict and enter a judgment of acquittal. That is a powerful tool. And the fact that he has reserved judgment on this means that this may or may not be over depending on what verdict comes back.
It will be interesting to see, and you anticipate just how it played out today. It seems like they're on the verge of a complete verdict sometime in the next 24 hours.
Absolutely. I expect that this jury, if they are very far apart, I anticipate before lunch we will get some note back that says that we are still not able. If they are closer together, sometimes the night apart allows people to look at things and, process the information that they had during deliberations, and sometimes they do come back to a verdict.
And we got
Let's put this back on the judge. Voting tomorrow, they say we slept on it. They go over the evidence and they say we still haven't agreed. How long will the judge in this case say, okay, we're taking note after note that there's no agreement?
I expect most judges, in my experience with my criminal defendants, typically are only going to send them back a maximum of 2 to 3 times. They don't want to. This jury has been there for 8 weeks.
And it's important to point out we're on the eve of a 4th of July holiday,
Exactly.
because they were already scheduled to be off on Thursday,
Right.
And then of course for the 4th on Friday.
Right. And so he understands that they're attempting to do their civic duty, and that this jury has been very diligent and very deliberate. So he is not going to